Here with Ian Hughes, Aber Town's manager. Fantastic comeback from 2 goals down.
Yeah, it was a good comeback. We were disappointed to be 2 goals down. We gave away 2 sloppy goals, to be honest, but the spirit and the determination to get back in the game, and I thought we were unlucky not to win it at the end. I thought when we equalised, there was only one team going to go on and win that game, and it was going to be us. But unfortunately, we had chances, but we couldn't get that winning goal.
So there's disappointment. Is it a point gained after 2-0, or the 2 points dropped?
Well, I suppose we can only really say that at the end of the season and where we finish up, it could be an important point. You know, Bala are 2 points ahead of us now. Aberystwyth are a point below us with a game in hand. But both have to come to Park Avenue, so you know it's still tight. It's still going to go to the wire, and it's going to be an interesting race to the finish.
An unfortunate moment for Mike Lewis. Their second goal just slipped, and
and to be fair, you know, it wasn't really his fault in terms of that. It was, you know, the back pass didn't quite reach him. So there were 2 or 3 things that, you know, that were disappointed for in that goal and the first goal as well, to be honest. But I thought our first goal was great. I thought Glenn Davis came on and did really well. It was great to see Craig Williams score 2 goals. I thought he was excellent in the second half, and I thought he and Luke Sherborne stood above everyone else.
Yeah, well, I've got it down. Luke Sherborne, Steve Wright and Craig Williams star performers tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought you know, all 3 did really well. It was having to make a couple of changes in the first half. Antonio Caballero came off injured, then Ross Stevens came off injured. You know, they're 2 big players for us, so I don't think we need to underestimate, you know, how much of a blow that was that they had to come off so early. And then in actual fact, we Luke Sherborne should have come off at half-time as well, but stayed on and played through the pain barrier, and you know, that's the desire and work ethic that we need at the club.
So you talk about desire. For Mark Jones battled extremely hard tonight, won the penalty.
Yeah, he did, battled really hard, you know, chased things down, held the ball up well at times, and brought others into the game as well. He's just not scoring at the minute, but I'm sure that'll change soon, because obviously he's a good player, and you know, I think he needs to back himself a bit more and be a bit more confident in the goal, because he's always scored goals throughout his career, so that shouldn't stop now.
So the hard work just showed throughout tonight. 2-0 down, the players didn't take it to heart. It was like, let's go and get this back in the game, let's get the winner.
Yeah, and I don't think we can underestimate the importance the crowd played tonight, and we'll need that. Every home game now, we're going to need that crowd behind us like they were tonight. I thought they were excellent, and it's the best I've heard Park Avenue in probably this season. And when Aberystwyth come here, when Bala come here, we're going to need that the same. We're going to need support like we saw tonight, and hopefully, you know, it'll go down to the wire, and we'll be there or thereabouts.
After the second goal, Diaz was really bouncing with Joyce.
Yeah, it was, and I've seen it last season. The Diaz stand was bouncing last season for a lot of times as well. And it was bouncing, and to be fair, Port Talbot brought a few fans as well and made a little bit of an atmosphere, so it was great. And I think it was a great advert for the Welsh Premier League. I thought the game was a good game for the neutral, and I thought, you know, the atmosphere was great as well.
So then next week we've got Newtown away.
Yeah, and we know what happened last time we went to Newtown, so we lost 6-3, so we've got to make sure that we don't allow that to happen again. It's going to be a tough game. They've got Aberystwyth this weekend as well, so that'll be an interesting game, because Newtown are a good team, managed by a good manager, so deservedly in the top 6. So it's going to be an important game, but a tough game. Obviously Chris Vanderbilt's will be back for that as well, which is a boost to every one of us, and we look forward to the game.
Are we expecting big things from Chris Venables now?
Well, listen, you know, Chris Venables has scored 25 goals this season. He scored the same last season, you know, and even though we scored goals without him in the team, I think Jeff Kellaway stood up to the mark, scored 3 against Bala. Craig Williams has scored 2 tonight, so there's goals throughout the team. But Chris just gives us that edge, you know, he gives us that winning mentality in there, you know, and he can influence players around him, and he's a leader on the pitch, which is what we need.